I remember in the old days, all I needed was my ticket, my passport, and having enough film for my camera. Travel has gotten really complicated, especially with COVID. Regulations change every 2 weeks, and now it's post-vaccination. So today I'm flying to Croatia, and I'm going to show you what happened when I had to check in. So yesterday when I tried to check in, I needed papers and I needed to provide information. So you guys have to find out what you need in order to travel to whatever country. Every country is different regulations. So I'm going to show you what I needed to do to go to Croatia post-vaccination. Mask, you need a mask to go inside. Mask, distance, wash your hands. I already have my boarding passes. I already provided all the information needed, so now I just drop off my bag. That's B, drop off. I scanned the QR code on my boarding pass on these machines, and a tag came out for my luggage. An airport employee put the tag on my suitcase, and the suitcase was placed on the belt upright so the scanner could read the tag. The machine carried out the next steps automatically. It read the tag, displayed my name and trip details on the screen, and finally took my suitcase away towards the plane. No contact was necessary with the machine or the screen. Okay, it was quite easy. I think they've simplified it. All I had to do was scan my boarding pass, the QR code on my boarding pass, in one of these machines, and then the label came out, the tag. The kind gentleman put the tag on my suitcase. Then I went to where the belts are. I put the suitcase on the belt with the tag facing up, and I didn't have to do anything else. My name came up automatically, and then I got a receipt for it, and then my bag was taken away. My bag was identified. It said it was 15 kilograms, and it was identified with my name, and it was taken away, and that was it. And then I got a receipt for it. It was very simple. I didn't have to do anything. Just scan the QR code and then go to the belt. Okay, let's look for our flight. My flight is at 16:40 Lufthansa. Whoops. I'm going to Zadar. I should be in Terminal 1, and I'm leaving from gate Z54. Although I have to go to concourse Z for my UK friends, the drop-off was at B. All right, and this was indicated when I checked in. Okay, we have to go to Z, departures. I had to scan my passport control, and I had to go to one of the machines because I am an EU citizen, and they told me to go that way. If not, you can go to the desks where the guard is. So they scan our passport, the page where your picture is. Then I went through security, and then I went through duty free. And what else? And now I'm going to my gate, Z54. This way. They do have ATM machines if you need to take out cash. Let's make sure we're going the right way. Yeah, it says gate open. Okay, so the gate is open, but we're not boarding yet. So let me explain what I had to do. You have to have at least one of these 3 things to be able to travel, at least now here in Europe. So 1 is the vaccination certificate, proof that you've been vaccinated. 2 is a PCR test, and it has to be within a certain amount of hours, like I think it's for 72 hours. And 3 is if you've had COVID and recovered from it, you have to show proof that you no longer have it. Okay, so far all the countries I've traveled to, during COVID, I've had to fill out a health form. And for Croatia, it's the same thing. I had to fill out a form called Enter Croatia. Unlike my experience with the other countries, because it was before the vaccine, this time I had to show proof. Actually, I had to attach proof of my vaccination. And now the form didn't work because it has to be a PDF. I saved the piece of paper that I have the vaccine information on and the QR code. I saved it as a PDF and I was able to attach it to that form. I also had to provide information about where I was going to stay, how long I was going to stay, just like I did when I traveled to Germany and when I traveled to Spain. All the health forms basically ask more or less the same thing. They want to know where you're going to stay. The big difference now is that I had to actually attach a PDF of my vaccination information. Yeah, it didn't work at first because I had a JPEG, and then I realized, because I think I had read it somewhere, it had to be a PDF. And then it went through, no problem. And then you get an email confirming that you are okay to enter, that you are welcomed to enter Croatia, and that's it. In Croatia, I'm going on a 1-week vacation on a sailboat, and I'll probably do some type of a vlog or something, filming the highlights of my trip. And oh, and by the way, I will be staying on a boat, so address, as far as the form address, well, the name of the marina I'm staying at and the city that the marina is in. So that was my address. You know, it's really getting complicated to travel because you have to find out the requirements for each country. You have to, for example, now know what kind of voltage I will have on the boat. Do I need a US, a British, or a European plug? So then, like, what cables I need, because there isn't any electricity on the boat when we are not in the marina, I need a power bank. And you cannot have a power bank in, you can't have it in your checked luggage. It has to be in carry-on. Okay, so I had to check that out. What else? I had to pack all the special things that you need for sailing. I have a video on this if you want to know more about it. And it's just like with COVID, it's just another thing you have to worry about, the regulations at each country, if it's a high-risk country, if it's not high risk. So, you know, it's a little stressful, especially yesterday when the form wouldn't go through. Finally, I figured out it was a PDF that I needed for the vaccination, but it is stressful. So you know it's really important that you really read the confirmation when you book your flight, especially after you, when you check in. They're like feeding you information, things that you should know. Well, read all that stuff because you need it. If I hadn't read that, I would know that I would need an Enter Croatia form. So read all those details on the confirmation email when you book your flight, and also when you check in. All the emails they send you, read all that information. We're at the gate.
seated with your seatbelt fastened until we reach our final parking position and the seatbelt signs above your head have been switched off. Wish you a very nice remaining evening in Zadar, or a good, especially safe over journey. Thank you. Goodbye. Vielen Dank nochmals für Ihre Geduld und einen schönen Abend.
It's here. We did have to go through passport control. They scanned our passports again, and we did have to show our QR code of the COVID test. No, sorry, of the vaccination. Or the COVID test, or the confirmation that you have had COVID and you're okay now. So, and you don't have it anymore. So, whatever you have. Alright, thanks a lot, hoppers, for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Probably a vlog of our sailing trip. So thanks for watching. Bye.